how to buy a house with no money and no job. You want to know how? Let's go. Alright, so in today's video, we're going to talk about how to get a home with no money and no job. There's a ton of different ways that you could do it, but we're going to talk about one way. But before we get there, the benefits of being a homeowner, just a few of them. You could take the home, you could pass it down to your grandchildren or to your kids. You could create, it could be a rental property and you could create passive income. You build up your real estate portfolio. You build equity from a house. There's just a ton of different benefits in being a homeowner. Those are just a few of them. Now, the traditional way of getting a home, you know, you make an offer. Now you're in a bidding war. You got to make sure your credit is right. You got to have a down payment and all of that. But that's not the point of this video. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a way that you could bypass all of that. Real estate is still the #1 way to wealth. So if you're thinking about getting into real estate, you're on the right track. From now to over 100 years ago, it's still the #1 way to wealth. So one way to get a property with no money and no job is called wholesale real estate. It's subject to. That means it's subject to you. So what you do is you have to find people who are in a hardship or distress. And you find these people because there's a ton of different reasons why people are in a hardship. Like they may have lost their husband or their wife, so they just don't want to be in the home anymore. They may have lost their job. They might be like behind in their payments and they just want to be out of the house. So what you're doing is you're solving a problem. So your goal is to find people with property problems because you want to be the person to create a solution. So you're helping somebody. And on the flip side, it's helping you. So subject to is basically where you write out a contract to these people with these property problems. And then they basically transfer the deed and the title into your name. And then you take over their financial situation. And so you're going to take over all of the payments and everything. So after you do that, if you want to flip it, the way that you flip it is you go to your local RIA. And they have this everywhere, all over the world. And it's Real Estate Investment Associates. And basically, those are the people who are the investors. So the subject to, you get the property from this person who has a problem, and then you write up, a contract, the subject to, and then they transfer everything into your name. So the mortgage and all of that, that's in your name now. And then, like, let's say they're like 2 months, like behind, or 3 months but behind. And, they owe $5,000 or something like that. So you pick up that, and now it's all on you. And then you find an investor, you go to your local RIA, and then these are people who are looking to invest in properties like this. And then you charge them, you upsell them for, let's say, $40,000. Now you take that $40,000, you sign over that contract to them. Now you just got an extra $40,000 and you didn't even have to do anything. But if you want to get that property for free, what you do is you just take over the payments, and that's how you get the property with no money and no job. But if you want to flip it, the way that you flip it is, like I said, you find an investor, or sometimes you could even get the money from your family or your friends, So that's how you get a property with no money and no job. Now, the way to get some of these people with property problems is there's a ton of different ways. You could write, you know, on the posters, and you could post it up around different areas. You could go on Craigslist. You could go on, you know, Facebook ads, and all you say is this: want to get out of your property, question mark, call me here or email me here. Having a problem catching up on your mortgage, want to get out of whatever it is, to get out of your house now, question mark, call me here. And people are going to start calling you left and right. And then, yeah, once they, you know, call you, boom, you have everything set in place. You write up a contract, and then from there, you just flip it. So that's the way. It's called subject to. That's the way you get, you know, your home. If you have any questions, you know, just leave a comment. And if you like this video, and if you want to donate to the channel, the link is in the description, or it's right here on the actual video. And if you want to know other ways of passive income, and if you want to get your money up, click the link in the description right now. And remember, stay 10 toes down and 10 steps ahead of the game. Hope you have a blessed and amazing day.